Probably help if I put my gloves back on. Took one off. I had to bust out the... Well, first of all, welcome to Beantown Bushcraft. So I got my fingerless. Then I got my number 4 USDI woolies. And I got my mittens behind my back. Ooh. I got my mittens behind my back. I had to take them off. I just went to the store and loaded up. I am loaded up full of goodies. I had to do a little shopping. So now I got this light on me. I have to throw on the headlamp, and I'll try not to look at the camera with it. But it is 6:15 in the North Shore of New England right now, and it's freaking cold, man. It's one of the windier days I can remember in a hell of a long time. Real long time. After I sit here and talk for a second, I'll pan the camera so you can see outwards. Hopefully you can. It's actually died down quite a bit. Like, man, all the way through last night, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning till the wee hours, it was just tremendous hardcore wind. When I say hardcore, man, I am not freaking kidding. It was like batten down the hatches type of shit. Knocking trees over. What else? Breaking down limbs. Like brutal. And as you know, I got a jacked up license, so I can't drive my car. I'm on a bicycle, man. I've been chiseling away for like 2 years. Right here's the spot where I let the turkeys cross the road. It's too dark, you probably can't see anyways, and then I have to stop and readjust the camera, readjust the lights. I got a whole assault pack full of food, couple of Cokes. What else? Oh, I forgot to put on the little blinking beacon on my back. I may have to stop and do that real quick. I may stop and do that and actuate the camera facing forward. But how's everybody doing, man? I got 2 layers going on. I got a balaclava, and then I have my shamag. It is just crazy windy out. Like I said, it's died down a little bit, so it's not so bad at the moment. But what I was saying, 2, 3, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock this morning, brutal. Nasty winds until like about 3 this afternoon. See if I can get over. Crossing. Yeah, I'm gonna stop at this intersection. Brutal winds. I had to go drop some shit off the post today, and on the way there, dude, I was like almost getting blown over, like I'm riding in the right lane like I'm supposed to be, which when I was a kid, I was taught by my parents, you ride with oncoming traffic. So that way, if you see a drunk driver weaving, and wobbling all over the road, you can avoid them. Well, the dickhead cops, at least here in this town, have They know me, just like every other town I've lived in. In my younger days, I was a bit of a problem. Just leave it at that. They've jacked me up a couple times, like, Mr. Murphy, you're supposed to go with the flow of traffic, right? I was like, listen, guy, the wind's ripping now. I don't know if you can hear it. I'm like, listen, guy, I was taught, and how I just explained to you, so every opportunity, the point of the story is, I ride against traffic, man. I ride on the left side, so I can see headlights coming at me. I don't want to get caught blindsided by some jerk off that's not paying attention. Coming up behind me, some 16-year-old bimbo on the phone, right? Because it happens on a regular. And I wear bright enough colors, like you can see them all in red. I'm not a blood, I can assure you of that. I'm just a white dude living in Massachusetts that loves the color red. Neither here nor there. What I was saying is, they're constantly like, hey, you're supposed to ride with traffic. And I've actually gotten, so last Turkey Day, fun story. Wait till we get to the top of this hill, then I'll flip the camera. Last Turkey Day, which it just passed, year anniversary, I got jerked off by the city cops because they're straight jerk-offs, to be honest. They have nothing better to do. Even though I live in a border town of, excuse me, Mass and New Hampshire, they grabbed me on Turkey Day, and you'll never believe what the infraction was. Did I leave enough dramatic pause? I go, why the fuck you put me in cuffs? He goes, failure to use hand signals on a bicycle. I said, you gotta be kidding me, you fucking jerk off. It's fucking Turkey Day, man. Like, what type of asshole are you? You have nothing better to do? I was like, you're pissed off because you're on shift right now? I was like, here comes the wind, man. I was like, you're a special type of dickhead, huh? Fucking outrageous. I'm not even gonna put the light on. I'm halfway home. I just wanted to stop to flip the camera so you can see what I'm seeing. It's coming from the wind's coming from my east right now. I literally have to plant myself not to get blown over. I hope the mic's not too jammed up. Let me read some of these. Get back to you guys. I'm trying my best, Lisa. I'm trying my best, Alan. Oh, check this out. How cool is that for like a bottom coaster sticker? This is the third Yeti cup I have. I kid you not, I've lost the other two. So I left one in a friend's car. He's like, Murph, it disappeared. I'm like, whatever, dude, just keep it. Along with my hoodie. And then he goes, yeah, I left a hoodie in the car too, because it was summer, and I was like, well, I'll just bring it just to stay warm if it gets cold or windy out, because New England, the going phrase here is, you don't like the weather, wait a minute. And that's exactly how it is. So lost that Yeti cup, and then literally just last week I freaking lost another one. I was like, come on, dude, are you shitting me? What are you, a fucking asshole? What's wrong with you, dickhead? Fucking guy's high beaming me the whole fucking time. If I had enough chance, I would have thrown on my high beams on my fucking headlamp. And this flashlight you're seeing in front of me, I'm stepping the beams up right now, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't even have it on 4. It was on 1 and then strobe. It was on 1 when this dickhead fucking high beamed me. Like, door is bright. I'll admit it's bright. But it's like, motherfucker, dude. It's fucking cocksucker. Let's go. Woo. Yeah, it's a windy one, man. It is a windy one. It is a brutally freaking windy day. It's been like this for like 3 days here. Like just brutal windy, man. So I was gonna read a couple messages. I'm gonna refrain now. Back, as you can see, pedaling away. Out of nowhere, sometimes I'll just get the inkling to grab my mom some flowers. So if you hear rattling back there like styrofoam, it's excuse me, it's like plastic. I got a little bouquet of flowers for Ma Dukes. You gotta take care of Mom, dude. For those of us that still have Mom in our life, gotta take care of her. Gotta look out for Mom, man. If it was my old man, I would have grabbed him a pouch of tobacco. But my old man's not with us anymore, so it is what it is. Yeah, man, it's just been freaking brutal. So I'm gonna retrace my steps and say at like 6 o'clock this morning, I heard thunk on the dugout. So I'm in the MSS, dude. I'm in the sleeping bag. So I get up, crack the door, and I'm like, what in the world is going on? And I see the wind like carrying shit sideways, man. It is absolutely bonkers. So I'm like, holy shit. Like, peak temperatures, it does certain things. Peak hours, it does certain things. But like, between like, you know, the wee hours in the morning to say like 3 o'clock, it's brutal. And then after that, it dies down a little. It's us living on the coast. Like I said, I'm in between two beaches. It's, let me flip around so you can see the flag a bit. That gives you a good indication on how windy it is. And this is nothing. This is absolutely nothing. Let me flip this up. See this flag ripping. You can see now I'm into the headwind. I was lucky. I had a backwind when I was just riding here, but I usually have a headwind coming down this street. Hopefully you can see that flag just ripping away, man. It's pretty windy out, and never mind it being, it's like 26, 27. So it's 4 degrees below freezing anyways. And when I say below freezing, I mean the temperature that water freezes at, not literally below freezing. But you can see the flags. That flag hasn't dropped, meaning the tails haven't touched the mast in at least 2 or 3 days around here. It's just brutal. So that only looks like about a 10-15 mile an hour headwind, which I'm facing now. When I was carrying it was a tailwind. Oh, that was cool. It just kicked out to the right. But earlier, like not even 4 o'clock, when I flew out to the post office, that flag was going every which way. That it wasn't even a certain, you know, westerly wind, easterly wind. It was just whipping like we were in the middle of a damn tornado. So, oh, that's a damn cool shot. Let's get out of here. Let me get home, man. But holy freaking cow. It's brutal. It's brutally, and everybody that knows that lives in the New England area knows, or, you know, far out northwest, like PNW, the Pacific Northwest, you know that it's cold. All right, it's cold, but add wind on top of it, dude, it's like insult to injury. It just gets brutal. Lisa, you know what I'm talking about, you being, you know, upstate New England too. It man, just brutal. Brutal. So I'm getting ready to zip home. I will catch you guys. I'll probably go post some shit on Insta. I took a bunch of pictures earlier, so I'll do some shit on Insta. And please, I'll holler at you in a bit. I'm gonna go back before I kill this video and read some messages so I can at least respond to anybody else that was talking to me. But fucking hell, man, it was a tough day. It was brutal, as in the fact of weather-wise. It wasn't terrible as in, you know, an unproductive day or this or that, but I'm gonna go back and read some of this shit. Tyro, what up? Stay warm. Thank you, Cheryl Dawson. Tyro, typo. Is that typo or Tyro? Where you at? Oh, I'm not sure. You're probably not here anymore, but I am North Shore. I'm border. I said earlier, I live in a border town. So I'm on the border of Mass and New Hampshire. Be careful out there. Yes, Lisa, absolutely. What else we got? I saw that asshole. Yeah, he was a dick, man. He was straight high beaming me, and then, like, I went to go. It's a nice thing about. I just put it away, but these gloves. So I have these under these. So double woolies. These so I can function the phone and be ambidextrous, or be dexterous, have dexterity, and then these guys to keep me wicked warm. Oh, let me show you one thing real quick before I kill this. Let me get off the bike before I kill myself. Let me do this real quick. Oh, put the bike up against the car. It's gonna knock over. I know it will. I know the wind's gonna take it. Let me drop my ruck here for a second. Kick this up just here. Get back in focus. Here we go. So I'm literally woolied from head to toe, man. From absolute head to toe. I have. Here's the flowers I was telling you. Nothing special, just chrysanthemums. These green guys smell awesome. That's why I got them. And then these guys are cute. And they're, you know, not $100, so it's something I could fit. This is what I wanted to show you is real quick. Hopefully I'm in frame. Let me see where frame is. I gotta put the ruck so I know where frame is. It's hard to videotape on it. Alright, cool. So, this is what I was talking about. And I had these guys, this is the first day I've actually like really used them. Like I've used them to take backs out for walks. But this was like super kick-ass. And I'm like, oh my gosh, man, these guys are, let me feel it. These guys were, so when I left the house, these guys are fantastic. With the whoopee liners and the whole nine. So when you're not using them, you can stow them on your back, which is just the coolest. So I had these guys all laced up when I left the house, and I figure out I had the string a little bit too taut. So when I outstretched on the bike, I was like, I had too much resistance. It was not letting me get full range of motion. But imagine this hand with this glove. So I have triple liners actually. The liners that come with it, snap out liners, my fingerless, and then my woolly gloves. But if I grab this Mackinac, Woolrich Mackinac is absolutely a fantastic coat. It's a lot easier if I uncinch it because the opening is massive, and it's super nice. But yeah, your dexterity isn't great, but I'll tell you what, man, my paws were not cold in the slightest. And it was pretty rad because it was one time where I needed to dump these guys. Now you can see there's slack in these guys where I had them before, and it's rigged up behind my collar of my Mackinac where I had these before. So imagine my arms stretched out. These would be great motorcycle riding gloves too in the winter. But Hopefully I don't have any snot going on here, because I definitely used them to, I haven't done this, which this shows, they showed online that when you have these guys, that's what it's called. They call it pile. I just call it wool because it's 100% wool, but they say with the pile, you're supposed to warm your face. That's why that's there. But for me, it's a complete nose wiper, man. But oh my gosh, with these, a lifesaver. My paws were not cold in the slightest, and you could do the same thing with hockey gloves. You just flick them. And I needed to once to go after the vape and then do something on the phone. I wish they made proper wool gloves that you were able to, it might be my nephew, that you were able to tap a phone with. No, it's not my nephew. All right, cool. My nephew has a rip-roaring vehicle like that. But, oh, I don't know if you can see, man. This thing is absolutely chock full. And I'm no weakling. It gotta be 60 pounds. It gotta be. It has to be. So I'm gonna say sayonara. Thank you for whoever stuck out. I know you, Lisa. You're always awesome, man. Hopefully all that was in frame. Solid 24 minutes. I'm gonna depart with that. So thank you so much. Freaking nothing but love and respect to everybody that you know. Yeah, very cool, dude. They are very cool. I absolutely love these guys, and the stowage factor. Let me do that real quick. So the way I had them stowed. No, that's not my nephew. The way I had them stowed is there's two snaps. Hopefully you can see that. There's a male and a female. So when you're not using them, how cool is that? And then they hang a certain way, they hang laterally, where you're not going to get snow in them. So how neat is that? When I first got these, hopefully you can see, the shoestring, it's not 550, I would call it 550 if it was, but it's not. The shoestring that came with these was hooked up on here. This is just like a pole. This is just a pull string. So they were hooked up on here. So when I put it in the stow position, they were like this. And I'm like, oh, dude, I'm going to get snow in those. That's no good if I had those stowed like that. So now I figured out that there's two, right at the top of the thumbs, there's two proper stowage places for the, I'm so tempted to call it paracord. It's not paracord. It is green shoelace. It's OD green shoelace. But yeah, they're here. So I didn't have to watch any videos or anything. I just knew out of common sense. I saw that before I even got these guys, I saw that they were able to throw them behind your back. Like right now, I can still work in front of me. It's run up behind my, behind my collar, and then it comes down behind my back. So it's like a perfect option to stow mittens, get them out of your way, say you're chopping wood, or, you know, whatever, starting a fire, flint and steel, or a ferro rod, and then, you know, you're getting chilly again, just pop that snap, slip them on, cinch them, tighten them, and you're good to go with mittens again. I just think that's the best, and this was like a very, very, very good investment. But with that being said, thank you much, love and respect. I appreciate you, and I'm gonna sign off. Hopefully, you know, everybody has a fantastic night, and we'll be in touch. So, Beantown, summon you're in a Viking. But check me out on YouTube, Instagram too. Catch you on the flip side.